What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The news cycle is absolutely exploding, and we've got the inside track on the stories that matter most. Get ready for some massive updates that you won't want to miss as we dive headfirst into a whirlwind of breaking developments. We're talking about the kind of news that shifts the landscape and gets everyone talking. So buckle up, because the information train is leaving the station, and you're on board for the ride of the year. First up, we're heading to the gridiron, where the Chargers are gearing up to face their Week 1 opponent, the Chiefs, in an international showdown. We've got 5 key insights into the Chiefs' lineup and strategy that you absolutely need to know before this massive matchup kicks off. Then, we're diving deeper into that same game, focusing on a critical aspect of the Chiefs' setup, their offensive line. With new faces and a daunting challenge ahead, we're breaking down exactly what this revamped unit will face against a top-tier defense. Plus, we've got some bold predictions for Week 1 that are sure to raise some eyebrows, including some surprising takes on Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. And finally, we're looking at how Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs will navigate the season opener with a significant absence reshaping their offensive strategy. Stick around for all the details. You know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a single update. Let's get into it. Football's global debut, Chargers vs. Chiefs insights. Get ready for an international clash as the Chargers prepare to face the Chiefs in São Paulo, Brazil, to kick off the 2025 NFL season. This Week 1 matchup on Friday, September 5th, at 5:00 p.m. PT, promises a unique start to the year, and we're bringing you 5 critical pieces of information about the Chiefs to ensure you're fully prepped. The Chiefs are stepping onto the field with a significantly altered offensive line. The left side, in particular, sees new personnel. Rookie Josh Simmons, a highly rated prospect from Ohio State, will be taking over at left tackle. His draft stock dipped due to a torn patellar tendon suffered in 2024, but he's now healthy and ready to prove his worth. Alongside him at left guard, Kingsley Suamataia, a 2024 second-round pick, is expected to make the start following the departure of Joe Thuney to the Bears. The interior of the line is anchored by the reliable Creed Humphrey at center, Trey Smith at right guard, and Jawan Taylor at right tackle, forming a unit aiming to protect quarterback Patrick Mahomes. However, the Chiefs will be without a key offensive weapon in Rashee Rice, who is suspended for the first 6 games due to a violation of the league's personal conduct policy. Rice was a significant target for Mahomes in the 2023 season and was on pace for another strong year before a knee injury sidelined him in Week 4 last season, ironically against the Chargers. His absence is a major blow, leaving Mahomes to rely on second-year player Xavier Worthy, newly re-signed veterans Marquise, Hollywood, Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster, and the ever-reliable Travis Kelce at tight end. Running back Isaiah Pacheco is anticipated to be at full strength after a fibula fracture affected him late last season. Defensively, the Chiefs remain a formidable unit. Despite losing safety Justin Reed and a couple of defensive linemen, they retain core playmakers. Defensive tackle Chris Jones continues to be a dominant force. Nick Bolton, recently re-signed to a 3-year, $45 million extension, provides stability at linebacker, and Trent McDuffie is recognized as one of the league's premier cornerbacks. Adding to the secondary, former Charger Christian Fulton has joined on a 2-year deal and is expected to start at cornerback. At strong safety, 4th-round pick Channing Tindall is slated to fill the role vacated by Reed. Tindall showed promise as a rookie, leading the team with 3 interceptions in limited snaps. This strategic reshuffling and key absences are already generating buzz among fans and analysts, with many eager to see how these changes impact the Chiefs' performance against a strong Chargers defense. But how will this new-look offensive line hold up against a fierce pass rush? We'll break down the specific matchups that could decide the game. Mahomes' new line faces fierce Chargers defense in Brazil opener. Kansas City, MO. The Kansas City Chiefs are set to embark on their 2025 season opener in a unique setting. São Paulo, Brazil, facing the Los Angeles Chargers. This international debut presents a significant challenge, particularly for a Chiefs offensive line undergoing substantial changes, especially on the left side. The team will feature a new left guard and a left tackle who is recovering from a major knee injury, a scenario that could spell trouble for quarterback Patrick Mahomes against one of the NFL's top defenses. The struggles of the Chiefs' offensive line last season were well documented. Mahomes was sacked a career-high 36 times, a 5.83% sack rate that was also a career worst. This pressure contributed to his net yards per attempt dropping below 6 for the first time in his career, culminating in a difficult Super Bowl loss where he was sacked 6 times and hit 11 times by the Philadelphia Eagles. Recognizing the need for improvement, Chiefs general manager Brett Veach acknowledged the team's commitment to upgrading the protection. The new starting duo on the left side includes first-round pick Josh Simmons at left tackle, tasked with protecting Mahomes' blind side against Chargers pass rushers Khalil Mack and Chili Tuipulotu. Kingsley Suamataia, a second-round pick from last year who struggled at tackle, has been converted to left guard and will line up next to Simmons. This revamped unit also includes the seasoned All-Pro center Creed Humphrey, right guard Trey Smith, who recently signed a 4-year, $94 million extension, and veteran right tackle Jawan Taylor. Mahomes expressed confidence in his new protectors, stating, "I think every step of the way so far, they've done a great job of getting better and better and kind of checking those boxes." He anticipates a tough test against the Chargers' prolific D-line with Khalil Mack and really all throughout, acknowledging their depth at edge and tackle positions. Simmons himself has been a pleasant surprise. Despite sliding to the end of the first round in the draft due to a torn patellar tendon at Ohio State, he participated fully in all team activities and showed no lingering effects during the preseason. "I took preseason with a grain of salt," Simmons commented, focusing on technique and footwork rather than the competition level. Head coach Andy Reid, an offensive line enthusiast, noted Simmons' potential, stating, "He's a talented kid and he's willing. He wants to do well and he's worked very hard." The pressure is immense on this unit to provide better protection for Mahomes than they did last season, a key factor in their Super Bowl defeat. Fans are keenly watching to see if this new offensive line can deliver against a formidable defensive front, especially in such a high-stakes international opener. Will these bold predictions hold true for the league's star quarterbacks in Week 1? We're diving into some unexpected forecasts that could shake up the opening weekend. Week 1 QB bold predictions: Mahomes struggles, Rodgers triumph. The 2025 NFL season is officially here, and after an offseason filled with significant moves, Week 1 promises to deliver plenty of excitement. Kicking off the season, the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles will face the Dallas Cowboys. But beyond the marquee matchups, we're looking ahead with some bold predictions for how key quarterbacks will perform in their season openers. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are set to face the Los Angeles Chargers in Brazil, and our prediction is that Mahomes will struggle in this opening contest. While he still has weapons like Xavier Worthy, Marquise, Hollywood Brown, and Travis Kelce, the Chargers boast a strong defense that finished 7th against the pass last season and had the 4th-best turnover differential. Last year, in 2 games against the Chargers, Mahomes averaged only 227 passing yards, and the Chiefs failed to score 20 points in either game. This suggests a potential pattern of difficulty against this specific defensive unit, especially with the added challenge of a new offensive line protecting him and the absence of key receiver Rashee Rice. In contrast, we predict Aaron Rodgers, playing against his former team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, will have a dominant performance. Logic might suggest the Steelers have a better chance to establish their run game against the Giants, but when Rodgers is involved, logic often takes a backseat. He's expected to start the season with a bang, leading the Steelers to a victory, while Justin Fields experiences another loss against a familiar opponent. Another bold prediction centers on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Coming off a 0-2 record against the Atlanta Falcons in 2024, the Buccaneers are eager for revenge. Mayfield is predicted to have an exceptional start, accounting for 4 touchdowns, with rookie wide receiver Emeka Egbuka catching 2 of them. Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts are also in the spotlight, with a prediction that Jones will surprise many by throwing for 3 touchdowns and leading the Colts to a Week 1 win against the Miami Dolphins. Despite potential concerns with the Dolphins' secondary due to injuries and departures, and their strong pass rush, Jones is expected to capitalize on the opportunity for redemption. The game between the Commanders and the Giants is anticipated to be a ground-and-pound affair. Both teams finished as bottom-six run defenses last season, while excelling against the pass. The Commanders may look to establish their run game with Austin Eckler, potentially featuring a breakout performance from Jacare Krosky-Merritt. The Giants are expected to lean on Tyrone Tracy and Cam Scatebo against a Commanders defense that allowed over 137 rushing yards per game last year. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are predicted to have a tough outing against the Buffalo Bills. Jackson's career statistics against Buffalo, excluding one outlier game, show an average of 172 passing yards and 46.5 rushing yards, indicating a generally mediocre performance. With a 3-3 career record against the Bills, including the postseason, Jackson is expected to be held in check in Week 1. Finally, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears are predicted to exploit the Minnesota Vikings cornerback room, which features Jeff Okudah and Isaiah Rodgers. Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores' unit ranked 28th against the pass last season. Ben Johnson's offensive scheme is designed for quick passes, helping Williams avoid sacks, and his improved offensive line should offer better protection. Williams' mobility is also an underrated asset that could be utilized. These bold forecasts offer a glimpse into potential Week 1 storylines, highlighting how individual performances and team strategies could lead to surprising outcomes. How will Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense adapt without a key receiver for their season opener? We're breaking down the impact of Rashee Rice's suspension on the Chiefs' offensive strategy. Mahomes navigates season opener without Rice, reshaping Chiefs' offense. As the Kansas City Chiefs prepare to launch their 2025 NFL season, they face a significant adjustment with the suspension of wide receiver Rashee Rice for the first 6 games. This absence is poised to reshape the team's offensive dynamics, particularly for quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Rice, who emerged as a vital target for Mahomes in the 2023 season, will be sidelined due to a violation of the league's personal conduct policy. His production last year included 79 receptions for 938 yards and 7 touchdowns, making him a primary option in the passing game. The Chiefs will now look to a mix of returning veterans and emerging talents to fill the void. Xavier Worthy, a second-year player, is expected to step into a more prominent role. He flashed potential during his rookie campaign and will be relied upon to provide speed and playmaking ability. The team also re-signed veteran receivers Marquise Hollywood Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster to 1-year deals. Brown, known for his explosive playmaking, offers a deep threat and the ability to create separation. Smith-Schuster, a Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs, brings a veteran presence and reliable hands to the slot. Tight end Travis Kelce, entering his 13th season, remains a cornerstone of the offense and will continue to be a primary target for Mahomes. His ability to dominate matchups and move the chains is crucial, especially with Rice out. Running back Isaiah Pacheco is also expected to be at full health after a fibula fracture hampered him late in the 2024 season. His presence in the backfield provides a physical running option and a reliable check-down target for Mahomes. The offensive line, which underwent significant changes with new starters at left tackle and left guard, will also play a critical role in the offense's success. Protecting Mahomes and giving the receivers time to develop routes will be paramount. The Chiefs' ability to adapt without Rice will be tested immediately in their Week 1 matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers in São Paulo, Brazil. The Chargers possess a strong defense, particularly their pass rush, which will put pressure on the Chiefs' new-look offensive line. Mahomes will need to distribute the ball effectively and rely on the complementary skills of his remaining pass catchers. The strategic adjustments made by offensive coordinator Matt Nagy and head coach Andy Reid will be closely watched. Whether the team can maintain its offensive firepower and protect Mahomes effectively without one of its top receivers will be a key storyline throughout the early part of the season. The team's depth at receiver and Mahomes' ability to elevate the play of those around him will be put to the test. This strategic reshuffling and key absences are already generating buzz among fans and analysts, with many eager to see how these changes impact the Chiefs' performance against a strong Chargers defense. This has been the Rodger Report, bringing you the latest and greatest in sports and beyond. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all our future updates. And that's a wrap on another packed episode of the Rodger Report. We covered the Chargers facing the Chiefs internationally, dove deep into the Chiefs' offensive line challenges, explored some wild Week 1 QB predictions, and analyzed how Rice's absence impacts the Chiefs' offense. Don't miss a single update. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.